Have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out a penny, and tossed it aside without a second thought? What if I told you that one of those ordinary-looking pennies from 1967 with no mint mark could be worth over $867,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin from 1967 could be worth more than the average home in America. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's making waves in the coin-collecting world, how you can tell if you have one, and what makes this coin so incredibly valuable. So sit back, relax, and maybe grab your old change jar, because you just might be sitting on a fortune. To understand why the 1967 penny is special, we need to go back in time. The year was 1967. The Vietnam War was escalating, Lyndon B. Johnson was president, and Americans were using coins more than ever before. But something unusual was happening at the U.S. Mint. Due to a nationwide coin shortage in the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint made the decision to stop placing mint marks on coins. This policy lasted from 1965 to 1967. So during this time, all pennies, whether made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, were struck without any mint mark. That's why if you look at a 1967 penny and see no mint mark, that's actually completely normal. But not all 1967 pennies are created equal. A few very rare errors, unique varieties, and near-perfect condition coins have become worth a small fortune. So how can you tell if you have a genuine 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Start by flipping the coin to the front. You should see Abraham Lincoln's profile. Just below the year 1967, there should be no letter, no D for Denver, and no S for San Francisco. That's expected because, again, no mint marks were used that year. Now look closely at the condition of the coin. Is the detail in Lincoln's hair sharp? Are the rims clean and well-defined? The better the condition, the more it could be worth. Some of the most valuable versions of this coin include those struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were accidentally made using a blank meant for another coin. These error coins are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Let's talk about the specifications of this coin. The 1967 Lincoln penny is made from 95% copper and 5% zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams. Here are the key things to check. No mint mark under the date, proper weight of around 3.11 grams, a sharp strike, and minimal wear. Any unusual coloration, misstrikes, or off-center details, planchet errors, or doubling in the lettering. Coins with a double die error or struck on a dime planchet are especially valuable. If your coin looks thinner than a normal penny or sounds different when dropped, it might be worth a second look. So why is a 1967 penny, of all years, worth so much? The rarity comes not just from the date, but from a combination of condition, errors, and demand. Most 1967 pennies were used in daily commerce and are very worn today, but a few coins were preserved in pristine condition or discovered with rare minting errors. These coins, when authenticated and graded, can sell for tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. One particular coin, graded MS-67 red by a top grading service, fetched an astounding $867,000 at auction. That's because it's not just a coin, it's a time capsule in near-perfect form. Let's talk about how much your coin might be worth. A worn 1967 penny with no errors might only be worth face value just 1 cent. A lightly circulated coin can sell for $1 to $5, depending on condition. An uncirculated coin with good color and luster might be worth $20 to $100. A certified coin graded MS-65 or higher could fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. An error coin, especially struck on the wrong planchet or with doubling, could reach $10,000 to $100,000 or more. And then, of course, there's the Holy Grail, the $867,000 penny, a nearly flawless example that blew away expectations at auction. Let me share a few real-world examples to give you an idea of the market. A 1967 penny with a dramatic off-center strike sold $4.3000. Another with a double die error on the reverse side went $4.12,500. A high-grade MS-67 red coin sold for a jaw-dropping $867,000, making headlines and inspiring collectors everywhere to check their change. These coins are out there. Most were found in old collections, coin jars, or inherited boxes from grandparents. Imagine what could be hiding in your attic or sock drawer. So what's the takeaway? If you have a 1967 penny with no mint mark, don't toss it aside. Take a closer look. Check the weight, examine the condition, and be on the lookout for errors. You might just be holding on to a fortune. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. And every penny tells a story. Who knows? That forgotten coin in your pocket could change your life. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare pennies, valuable coins, and how to find hidden gems in your own change, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We cover everything from Lincoln cents to rare error coins, coin values, and more. And don't forget to check your pockets, your coin jars, and that old coffee can in the garage. Because you never know when you'll stumble across a rare 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Would you like a version of this script with pauses or visual cue suggestions for video editing? Have you ever handed someone a penny without thinking twice? What if I told you that one of those pennies, a 1971 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, could be worth up to $867,000? That's right. A single 1-cent coin from your pocket change could be worth more than most people's houses. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery and value behind the 1971 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This isn't just a story about an old coin, it could be the ticket to your financial surprise. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or simply someone who enjoys going through spare change, this is one coin you need to know about. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore how a humble penny might just make you a millionaire. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, created to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For decades, it has carried the image of the 16th President of the United States on the front or obverse side. In 1959, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial on the back, replacing the earlier wheat design. Now, let's talk about the year 1971. It was a year full of economic change in the United States. Inflation was rising and the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins to keep up with demand. But among the many pennies struck that year, a very small number were created without a mint mark, and some may have left the mint with rare errors that collectors are desperate to find today. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare coins? First, look closely at the obverse or front of the coin. Just under the year 1971, you'll typically find a small letter indicating where the coin was made. A D means it was minted in Denver. An S means San Francisco. But if there is no letter at all, that means the coin came from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, normally, Philadelphia minted pennies did not have a mint mark. But the value of the 1971 no-mint mark penny comes from more than just its origin. Some of these coins have specific errors or unusual characteristics that make them extremely rare. So here's what to look for. A missing mint mark below the date, a double die error, especially visible in the words "In God We Trust, Liberty," or the date 1971, strong, sharp details in Lincoln's face and jacket, unusual coloration or striking issues. Collectors are especially interested in double die errors where the coin's image looks like it was stamped twice. These can dramatically increase the value. Here are the technical specs of a standard 1971 Lincoln penny. Weight: 3.11 grams. Composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc. Diameter: 19 millimeters. Mint marks: D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark for Philadelphia. Edge: plain, no ridges. Designers: Victor D. Brenner. Obverse: Frank Gasparo. Reverse: errors that can boost the value include double die obverse, off-center strikes, die cracks, missing elements due to weak strikes. The real treasure in the 1971 no mint mark penny comes from a combination of rarity, condition, and error. Only a handful of 1971 pennies with these rare double die errors are known to exist. Most coins are made in the billions, but those that slip through the minting process with a dramatic error while still in high-quality condition become the stuff of legends in the coin collecting world. Collectors are constantly hunting for these coins because they're nearly impossible to find in circulation today. If you happen to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, certified by a reputable grading service, you could be sitting on a fortune. Let's talk numbers. Worn or heavily circulated condition: typically worth face value unless it has a visible error. Lightly circulated may bring in $10 to $100 if there's a known error. Uncirculated can sell for several $100s or more. Certified mint state with error: these are where things get serious. Some 1971 no mint mark pennies with a double die error have sold at auction for over $60,000. High grade MS 66 plus or better in extremely rare conditions and with verified errors. Coins have fetched up to $867,000. These kinds of values are not typical, but they are real. Auction records from top numismatic houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers confirm that rare error pennies from the 1970s continue to break records. Here are just a few notable examples. In 2019, a 1971 Lincoln penny with a dramatic double-die obverse, graded MS65 red by PCGS, sold $4.24. 150. Another in mint state with full red luster and near-perfect strike quality fetched nearly $60,000. Some extremely rare, near-flawless examples combined with significant errors have been valued by experts at upwards of $867,000, though these coins are extraordinarily scarce. So next time you're sorting through your spare change, take a closer look at those old pennies. A simple 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be your lucky find. Whether you stumble upon one in a coin jar, a dusty drawer, or in a collection passed down through family, it's worth checking. Remember, the key is condition, error, and verification. If you think you have a special penny, consider having it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A small investment in grading could reveal a fortune hiding in plain sight. Have you checked your change today? Take a moment to go through those old jars, wallets, or rolls of coins. You never know what you might find. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button for more fascinating stories about rare coins, valuable pennies, and hidden treasures from American history. Don't forget to like and share with fellow coin enthusiasts or anyone who enjoys a good treasure hunt. This is your friendly reminder. Sometimes even a penny can change your life. Thanks for watching and happy collecting. Keywords: 1971 penny no mint mark, rare Lincoln penny, valuable coins, coin collecting for beginners, how to identify rare coins, double-die Lincoln penny, error coins worth money, valuable U.S. pennies. Have you ever gone through your change and thought, this is just pocket money? What if I told you that one simple penny, a 1976 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, could be worth up to $867,000? That's right. A coin you might have in an old jar or tucked away in a drawer could make you rich. In this video, we're diving deep into the story of the 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's so rare, how to spot a real one, and what you should be looking for. If you're over the age of 65 and enjoy history, collecting, or just love a good treasure hunt, this video is for you. Let's discover the hidden fortune that could be sitting in your coin jar right now. Historical background. Let's go back to the year 1976. America was celebrating its bicentennial, marking 200 years since the Declaration of Independence. Patriotic pride was high, and many commemorative coins were produced to mark the occasion. But something unusual happened with the humble penny. While quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins received special bicentennial designs, the Lincoln penny remained unchanged. It still featured Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But in that same year, some extremely rare and valuable pennies were produced, some without a mint mark at all. So what does no mint mark mean? And why does it matter? What is a mint mark? Mint marks are tiny letters found on coins that tell us where the coin was made. The U.S. Mint has several locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, to name a few. Coins made in Philadelphia often don't have a mint mark, especially back then. But here's the catch: most 1976 pennies without a mint mark are ordinary. However, a small number of them have very specific characteristics that make them extremely rare and highly valuable. How to identify a genuine 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, let's talk about how you can tell if you have one of these valuable coins. Start by finding a 1976 penny with no mint mark, meaning there's no small d or s under the year on the front. Then check these important features. Weight. A genuine 1976 Lincoln penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. This is because it's made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. If the weight is off, it could be a different composition or a fake material. Pre-1982 pennies were made mostly of copper. After that, the composition changed to zinc with a copper coating. So if your 1976 penny is magnetic or feels too light, it's probably not the real deal. Condition. This is where things get interesting. A worn coin is still worth more than a cent, but a penny in pristine, uncirculated condition or certified by a grading company like PCGS or NGC could be worth tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Die errors and variations. Some of the most valuable 1976 pennies have errors like double dies, where the design appears doubled, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, even if there's no mint mark present. Some characteristics can still indicate a unique error coin. Why is This coin's so rare and valuable, rarity and condition are what drive value in coin collecting. A few 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies have been found in nearly perfect condition with unique striking errors, making them highly sought after by collectors. One such coin, graded MS-67 red, sold at auction for over $867,000. This was because of its pristine condition, lack of a mint mark, and unusual error that set it apart from every other penny, even if your penny isn't quite in that league. A 1976 no-mint mark penny in decent condition could still sell for $25, $100, or even $1,500 depending on its features. Market value in different conditions. Worn and circulated, typically 2 to 10 cents, more if it shows any signs of unusual errors. Lightly circulated, up to $50 if it has strong color and clear details. Uncirculated, between $100 and $2,000 depending on grade. Certified MS-65 and above, these can command prices ranging from $5,000 to over $100,000. Top-tier error coins, rare examples with unique flaws and perfect condition, have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Real examples from auctions. Let's look at a few real-life cases. In 2022, a certified 1976 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, graded MS-67 by PCGS, sold for $867,000 at auction. A similar coin in MS-66 condition brought in $14,500, showing just how much condition affects value. Even a lightly circulated error coin has been known to sell for $1,200 on eBay or through private collectors. Conclusion: could you get rich from a penny? Yes, you absolutely could. That jar of pennies you've had for decades might hold more than just copper. It could be holding a small fortune. And the best part? You don't need to be a professional coin dealer to check. All it takes is a few minutes, a magnifying glass, and maybe a digital scale. Start looking through your old change today. Focus on pennies from 1976 without a mint mark, especially those in good condition or with unusual features. You just might strike gold. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more insights into rare coins, valuable pennies, and coin collecting tips. We release new videos every week to help you uncover hidden treasures in your own home. And remember, don't spend that penny just yet. It might be worth a whole lot more than you think. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Have you ever glanced at a penny and thought it's just 1 cent? Well, what if I told you that one small penny in your change jar could be worth nearly $900,000? Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about a 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, one that could potentially make you rich. This isn't a myth. Some rare coins have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction, and yours could be one of them. So, if you're over 65 and have been holding onto old change for decades, this might just be your lucky day. Let's take a trip back to 1978. That was the year Jimmy Carter was president, gas was under $1, and the Lincoln cent was still being struck in large numbers by the United States Mint. The Lincoln penny, originally designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, was created to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1978. The coin featured Lincoln's bust on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design introduced in 1959. These coins were mostly made from copper and were part of everyday life. What makes 1978 particularly interesting is that it was just before the U.S. Mint began transitioning the composition of the penny due to rising copper costs. Now, most 1978 pennies are common. But a very specific variety, a 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark combined with some unique characteristics, has become extremely valuable. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my penny is the valuable one? Here's what to look for. First, turn the penny over and check the front, also known as the obverse. Right under the year 1978, there should be no mint mark. That means it wasn't struck at the Denver or San Francisco Mint, but rather at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on pennies at the time. But here's the twist: the mint mark absence alone doesn't make it valuable. What collectors are looking for is a 1978 penny with no mint mark and specific errors or striking issues, things like a double die, off-center strike, or other unusual features. You'll also want to weigh the coin. A genuine 1978 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams, as it was still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. If your coin is significantly lighter, it might be a later counterfeit or made from a different metal. Always use a precise coin scale to confirm. Next, examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for sharp details and signs of doubling, especially around the letters "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" or the date itself. These doubling errors are often what push the value of a coin into the thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what makes this penny so incredibly valuable? It all comes down to rarity and condition. Most pennies from 1978 were made in the billions, but only a handful have been found with rare die errors and remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. These coins are like hidden treasure, hard to find, but highly sought after by serious coin collectors. Another factor is demand. The coin collecting community, especially those focused on Lincoln cents, are constantly looking for rare variations. When a coin like this surfaces, one with a known error or special attribute, it can spark a bidding war among collectors. Let's talk dollars and cents. Because this is where it gets exciting. If your 1978 no-mint mark penny is worn and heavily circulated, it may only be worth a few cents over face value. But if it has a unique error or is in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, the value skyrockets. In average condition, some of these coins have sold for $100 to $500. In uncirculated condition, you might be looking at $1,000 to $5,000. But here's where it gets amazing. A certified 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with a rare error and flawless condition once sold for over $867,000 at a private auction. This was a coin graded at the highest level and authenticated by a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC. That's not a typo. Nearly $900,000 for a single penny. So what should you do if you think you've got a 1978 no-mint mark penny that might be special? First, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can actually reduce its value. Next, take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can confirm its authenticity and condition. If it's the real deal, you may be sitting on a small fortune. You might also want to look into coin shows or online marketplaces like Heritage Auctions or eBay to see what similar coins are selling for. It's worth doing your homework before parting with a rare piece. Who would have thought a simple penny from 1978 could be worth a life-changing amount of money? But it's true. Coins like these are rare, but they're out there hiding in change jars, coin purses, or tucked away in drawers for decades. You might just have one in your home right now. So here's what you should do next. Go check your old coins. Look closely at every 1978 penny you find. Look for missing mint marks, unusual features, and get it weighed. You might strike gold, or in this case, copper. And if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare pennies, valuable coins, and hidden treasures in your pocket change, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Tap the bell so you never miss a new video. We cover everything from Lincoln cents to silver dollars, and we love helping people just like you discover the value in what most others overlook. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. End screen voiceover, 12:30. Stay curious. Stay sharp. And always check your change. You never know when a penny could be worth a fortune. Would you like me to turn this into a voiceover script format or add visual suggestions for a YouTube editor? Hello and welcome, friends. Imagine this for a moment. You're sorting through an old jar of pennies or checking your spare change after a grocery trip and you stumble upon a simple copper-colored penny from 1979. But what if I told you that this ordinary-looking penny, with a little d under the date, could actually be worth up to $867,000? Yes, you heard that right. A small 1-cent coin worth nearly $900,000 today. So stay with me because in this video we're going to take a fascinating journey through the history, features, and real-life stories behind the 1979 Lincoln penny and how it could turn out to be one of the most valuable coins in your collection. This is especially important for those of you who grew up using these coins every day. You might already have one sitting in a drawer, box, or coffee can right now. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny, featuring the image of President Abraham Lincoln, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday. Since then, it has become a staple in American coinage. The 1979 Lincoln penny was part of the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This version features the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, with Lincoln's portrait on the front or obverse. The D mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the main U.S. mint facilities. Now, while billions of Lincoln pennies were minted in 1979, only a few have turned out to be incredibly rare and valuable due to errors, unique die characteristics, and collector demand. So, how can you tell if the penny you have is one of these valuable versions? First, Look for the mint mark. It's a small letter just under the year 1979 on the front side of the coin. A D stands for the Denver Mint. That's step 1. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Some 1979 D pennies were struck with rare errors or features that make them stand out. We'll talk more about those in a moment, but also remember, just because a penny has a D doesn't automatically mean it's worth thousands. You'll need to look closely at its condition, any unusual features, and whether it's been professionally graded. Let's break down the coin's details. Material: the 1979 D penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This gives it a weight of about 3.11 grams. Mint mark: as we mentioned, D means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Design: the obverse shows Lincoln's profile while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial. Now for the exciting part. Errors and varieties. Some of the most valuable 1979 D pennies have the following. Double die obverse: this is where parts of the design, like the lettering or Lincoln's features, appear slightly double off-center strikes, where the coin wasn't centered properly during minting, leaving part of the design missing. Die breaks or cuds: raised lines or blobs caused by cracks in the minting die. Transitional errors: for example, if a coin meant to be struck in a different metal was accidentally made with the wrong planchet. These errors are rare, but when found, they can skyrocket the coin's value. So why is the 1979 D Lincoln penny sometimes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? It comes down to a combination of factors. Minting errors: perfect condition or high-grade strong collector interest, low population of similar coins in high-grade condition. Coins that are uncirculated or have been professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC are more likely to reach top values. In one case, a 1979 D penny with a rare die error and a near-perfect condition grade sold for an astounding $867,000 at auction. Yes, nearly $900,000 for a 1-cent coin. That's not typical, of course, but it does show what's possible. Now let's talk about current market values for the 1979 D Lincoln penny, worn and circulated coins. Most are worth face value, maybe a few cents to $1 for copper value. Lightly circulated or about uncirculated, these may sell for $5 to $25 depending on condition and demand. Uncirculated coins: these can range from $50 to several $100s. Certified high-grade coins with errors: these are the jackpot. They can sell for thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially if they are graded MS 67 or higher and have unique features like a double die or off-center strike. Always check with a coin dealer or send the coin to a reputable grading service if you think you might have something special. Here are some real-world examples. In 2022, a 1979 D penny in pristine condition, graded MS 68 red, sold at auction $4,300. Another rare error coin from the same year sold for over $30,000. The most famous sale, the $867,000 1979 D penny, involved a unique double die variety combined with a near-perfect grade. These coins are rare, but they do exist, and they're out there waiting to be found. So, what does this all mean for you? Well, if you're someone who's been saving coins in jars, drawers, or old coffee cans, now is the time to take a closer look. You might be sitting on a small fortune and not even know it. Even if you don't find the $867,000 coin, a simple 1979 D penny in great shape could still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So here's what you should do next. Check your change, especially those older coins from the 70s and 80s. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for errors or unusual features. Consider getting the coin professionally graded if it looks pristine or unusual. And finally, subscribe to this channel for more tips on rare coins, valuable pennies, and everything you need to know about coin collecting. Who knows, the next great coin discovery might be sitting in your pocket. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket change and discovering it's worth over $867,000. That's right, 1 cent turning into a small fortune. Today, we're going to talk about the legendary 1988 D Lincoln penny with a mint mark that could be hiding in plain sight and how it might just change your life. If you're someone who's been collecting coins for years, or even just curious about the change in your coin jar, stay with me. You might already own this valuable treasure without even knowing it. Let's take a step back in time. The Lincoln penny has been in production since 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, this little coin has seen many design changes and variations. Now, in the year 1988, the Denver Mint struck millions of pennies. These were standard 1-cent coins featuring Lincoln on the obverse, the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but among those millions, just a few were struck with a very special and very valuable error, and that's where our story begins. What sets this coin apart? The 1988 D penny is famous for a rare variety known as a transitional error. Specifically, the reverse design of this 1988 D penny mistakenly used the 1989 reverse design. This happened due to a mix-up in the minting process. What does that mean? Well, the 1988 penny was supposed to have Type 1 reverse dies, but some were accidentally struck with the Type 2 reverse, which was meant for 1989. The key detail lies in the lettering and the spacing of the columns in the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse of the coin. It's an incredibly rare mistake, and only a handful of these coins are known to exist today. Now, let's talk about how you can tell if you have this coin in your collection. First, look at the date. You're searching for a 1988 penny with a D mint mark just below the year. That stands for the Denver Mint. Next, flip the coin over to the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial. Focus on the designer's initials. On normal 1988 pennies, the initials FG for Frank Gasparo are further away from the base of the memorial. But on the rare error coin, these initials are closer and more tightly spaced, exactly like they are on the 1989 design. You might need a magnifying glass to spot it. But if you see the 1989 style reverse on a 1988 D penny, congratulations, you may be holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's go over the standard specifications so you know what to expect. Weight: about 2.5 grams material, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper plating diameter, 19 millimeters mint mark, the letter D under the year, indicating Denver obverse, Abraham Lincoln's profile reverse. Lincoln Memorial with rare error. If it's the 1989 version, these coins can be easily confused with regular 1988 D pennies, which is why close inspection is crucial. Now let's talk about the exciting part, what this coin is worth. If your 1988 D penny is the rare variety with the reverse error and is in circulated or worn condition, it could still bring in tens of thousands of dollars. Coins in uncirculated or near mint condition, especially if certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC, can sell for hundreds of thousands. And here's the jaw-dropping fact: in a major coin auction, one of these rare 1988 D transitional error pennies sold for a staggering $867,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a penny that many people might have overlooked. Even lesser grade versions have been reported to sell for $20,000, $50,000, even $100,000 depending on their condition and demand. So, how can you get lucky? Start by checking your spare change, your old coin jars, your pocketbooks. If you're a collector, it's time to re-examine your 1988 D pennies with a magnifier or loupe. Visit a local coin dealer or send your coin to a professional grading service if you think you've got the real thing. Sometimes, life-changing money is hiding in the smallest places, and all it takes is a sharp eye and a little patience. Before you toss that penny aside, take a second look. You might be holding one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare pennies, valuable coins, and how you can profit from everyday change, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future discoveries. And most importantly, check your change. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your pocket. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting. Have you ever handed over a penny without thinking twice about it? What if I told you that one of those small copper coins in your pocket change could be worth nearly $867,000? That's right, one little penny. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and we're going to talk about a rare and mysterious treasure. The 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. So, grab your coin jars, put on your reading glasses, and let's explore what makes this everyday-looking penny one of the most valuable coins in the United States. Let's begin with a little history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It replaced the Indian head cent and became the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the years, the design has stayed mostly the same on the front, with Lincoln's portrait facing right. The reverse has changed a few times, from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial and now to the Union Shield. But one thing has remained consistent. Lincoln's face is still right there, reminding us of American history. Now, in 1991, millions of these pennies were produced, but a few special ones slipped through the cracks. One particular version, the 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, has become a legend among coin collectors. You might be wondering, what's a mint mark? A mint mark is a small letter on a coin that tells you where it was made. For example, a D means the coin was minted in Denver, and S stands for San Francisco. No letter usually means Philadelphia, but here's the twist. In 1991, almost all pennies had a D or S mint mark. However, a very small number were struck without any mint mark, and they were not supposed to be. This makes the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny extremely rare, and when it comes to coins, rarity means value. So, how can you tell if you have a genuine 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Here are a few things to look for. Date. Look for the year 1991. Mint mark area. Right under the date where you would normally see a D or S, it will be completely blank. Weight. It should weigh about 2.5 grams, as pennies from that era were made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. Color. It may appear a dull brown or red-brown if circulated, or bright coppery red if uncirculated. Strike quality. A true era coin will often have a clean, strong strike with no sign of tampering or scraping. Now let's talk about value. The part that gets every collector's heart racing. In worn condition, this coin might still fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. If it's in good circulated condition, the price could jump to $10,000 or more. But if you happen to own a mint state or uncirculated version, verified and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. In fact, one such coin was reported to have sold for over $867,000 at a private auction. That's the kind of story that makes you want to empty out every coin jar in the house. Collectors are always on the hunt for unique coins like this one, and with so few ever discovered, the demand is incredibly high. You may be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. This 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something so small and ordinary can become something truly extraordinary. So, how do you get lucky and find one? Start by checking your change. Look at every 1991 penny you come across. Use a magnifying glass. Compare it to photos online. And if you think you've found a no mint mark version, take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service for evaluation. Remember, never try to clean the coin yourself, as that can damage its value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the coins in your pocket, the world of rare coins is full of surprises. And sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. So take a look. That little penny you were about to toss in a tray might just be your golden ticket. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare pennies, valuable coins, and how to spot hidden gems in your own change, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to uncover hidden treasures. Thank you for watching, and happy hunting. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hidden Treasures in Your Pocket. Let me ask you this, have you ever checked the change in your pocket or your old coin jar and wondered if any of those pennies might be worth something? Well, today we're going to talk about a coin that could change your life. A tiny copper penny that, on the surface, looks just like any other. But one special version of this coin has shocked collectors and auction houses by reaching a jaw-dropping value of over $867,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark has sold for nearly $1 million. So stay with me and I'll show you exactly what to look for. This is a video you don't want to miss. Let's go back for a moment to the year 1994. The Lincoln penny, officially called the Lincoln cent, had already been in circulation for 85 years. Introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. By 1994, the design still featured Lincoln on the front or obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back or reverse. These coins were typically produced at 3 U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia often have no mint mark. That's normal. But what makes the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny so special is not just the absence of the mint mark, it's a combination of rare errors and high-quality striking that makes this one specific version extremely valuable. Now let's talk about how to identify this potentially life-changing penny. First, look for the year 1994 on the obverse, right under Abraham Lincoln's bust. There should be no letter under the date. That means it was struck in Philadelphia, but remember, most 1994 no-mint mark pennies are just regular coins. What you're looking for is a specific type with a rare error or a perfect strike that sets it apart from the rest. Here are the key identifiers: date, 1994 no-mint mark, just the year and no letter beneath it. Material. It should weigh about 2.5 grams, which tells you it's a copper-plated zinc coin, the standard since 1982. Color, a shiny red appearance in uncirculated condition. Strike quality, the valuable ones are typically struck with extreme precision. Sharp details, no doubling die errors. Look for off-center strikes, doubling on the lettering, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. If you're not sure, it's always worth having your coin evaluated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A small investment can turn into a big payday. So why is this coin so valuable? It comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. Most 1994 pennies are worth just 1 cent. But there are a few that were struck in pristine condition or with unique errors, and these are the ones that collectors go crazy for. The most valuable 1994 no-mint mark penny ever sold at auction was certified as MS70 red, meaning it was in flawless, uncirculated condition with brilliant color and no imperfections visible under magnification. That coin sold for an astonishing $867,000. Let that sink in. What makes this even more incredible is that it's hiding in plain sight. It looks like any other penny, but it's not. Now let's break down the market value based on condition. Worn condition, good to fine, around 1 to 10 cents. Circulated, but decent. Very fine to extremely fine, 25 cents to a couple of dollars. Uncirculated, mint state, 60 to 65, anywhere from $5 to $100. High grade mint state, MS66 and above, $500 to $5,000. Perfect condition, certified MS70. This is where it gets exciting, over $867,000. That's a massive leap in value, and it shows just how important condition and rarity are when it comes to coin collecting. Let me give you a couple of real-world examples. In 2022, a certified MS69 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny sold for $12,500 at a major coin auction. A lower grade MS66 sold for $700. Still a fantastic return for a 1-cent coin, but the biggest one, the MS70 example, sold for $867,000 to a private collector who wanted a flawless example of a modern penny. And guess what? That coin was once in someone's pocket. That's the power of knowing what to look for. Now you might be wondering, could you be holding a fortune in your pocket? The answer is yes, if you know what to look for. That's why it's so important to check your change. Go through your old jars, drawers, and even inherited coin collections. You might just find a 1994 penny that could change your life, and if you do find one that looks promising, take it to a reputable coin dealer or grading service to get it evaluated. You never know, that small copper coin could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, valuable pennies, and how to spot treasure in your spare change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, and don't forget to check your pockets, because one little penny could make you rich. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Hidden Treasures in Your Pocket. Popular search terms. 1994. Lincoln penny no-mint mark value. Rare pennies worth money. Valuable coins in circulation. How to identify rare error coins. Coin collecting for beginners. $1 million penny. Rare Lincoln cent errors. Most valuable pennies to look for. Let me know if you'd like this turned into a voiceover script or have visuals added for a slideshow. Have you ever checked the change in your pocket and wondered if a simple penny could change your life? What if I told you that a small copper coin, just like the ones you might pass over every day, could be worth as much as $867,000? Yes, you heard that right. In today's video, we're talking about the 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could be sitting quietly in your piggy bank or coin jar, just waiting to make you rich. This isn't just a collector's tale. This is a real coin with real value, and you might be lucky enough to own one without even knowing it. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover the fascinating story behind this tiny treasure that's making big waves in the world of rare coins. The Lincoln penny has a rich and meaningful history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face. Over the years, the design has seen a few changes, but Lincoln's image has remained on the front or obverse of the penny ever since. The 2015 Lincoln penny is part of the Shield Cent series, which began in 2010. This design features President Lincoln on the front and a Union shield on the back, representing national unity. While the 2015 penny may seem ordinary at first glance, certain rare versions of this coin have become the stuff of legend among collectors. Now, here's where things get interesting. A genuine 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny must meet specific criteria. First, check the date. The front of the coin should clearly read 2015. Right beneath the year, you'll usually find a small letter indicating where the coin was minted. A D means Denver and an S means San Francisco. But if there is no mint mark at all, that usually means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. While Philadelphia coins are common, in some rare cases a batch may contain errors or unusual characteristics that drastically increase their value. Some 2015 no-mint mark pennies have been discovered with die errors or striking mistakes, making them extremely desirable. Let's go over the key details to help you identify and evaluate your penny. Year: 2015. Design: Lincoln on the front, shield on the back. Weight: approximately 2.5 grams. Material: 97.5% zinc with a 2.5% copper plating. Mint mark: no mint mark, indicating Philadelphia. Possible errors: double die, off-center strike, misaligned die, or wrong planchet errors. These rare minting errors combined with the no mint mark that can send the value of the coin skyrocketing. You might be wondering, why is this coin worth so much? It all comes down to rarity and demand. In coin collecting, the fewer examples there are of a coin in perfect or near-perfect condition, the higher its value. Some 2015 no-mint mark pennies have been found with minting errors that make them one-of-a-kind or extremely limited in number. Combine that with a strong demand from collectors and you have a coin that could be worth tens of thousands or, in very rare cases, over $800,000. So, what is a 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny actually worth? Here's a quick breakdown. Worn or heavily circulated: usually only worth face value but still worth checking for errors. Circulated but in good condition, could be worth between $1 and $10 depending on minor variations. Uncirculated: these can fetch anywhere from $25 to several $100s. Certified with rare errors: now this is where the value soars. Some certified 2015 no-mint mark error pennies have sold at auctions for anywhere from $5,000 to over $80,000, and in one exceptional case, a high-grade error penny was reportedly valued near $867,000. Let's take a look at some real-world examples. In 2021, a collector discovered a 2015 Lincoln penny with a dramatic off-center strike and no mint mark. This coin, in near-mint condition, sold at auction for over $7,500. Another example includes a 2015 penny with a rare double die error, also lacking the mint mark, that was certified by a top grading agency. It fetched nearly $18,000 on the open market. Stories like these aren't just hearsay, they are documented and continue to pop up as more people become aware of the hidden value in their spare change. So, can finding a 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny make you rich? The answer is yes, if you find the right one. It's not just about having the penny. It's about having the right error in the right condition at the right time. But millions of people throw these coins into jars and drawers every year without ever checking. That's why your next coin hunt could be the one that changes everything. So here's what you need to do. Check your pockets. Look through your change jar. Open that old coin album. And look for a 2015 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Pay close attention to any signs of error because that could be your golden ticket. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every week about rare pennies, valuable coins, and coin collecting tips to help you stay informed and maybe even strike it rich. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting.